Alright, well, welcome back to DDLC Part 4. We're gonna be chilling out and playing this now. In case you weren't here last time, Sayori hung herself, which is really sad. And so when I clicked new game, she's kind of like, it's strange. It's like she never existed in the game, which is really weird. And you can see where Sayori should be. It's just like a creepy jumble of all the other characters, and it doesn't sit well with me. My cat's right here in the garage. Oh shoot! I didn't mean to click new game. My goodness. Hold on. Load, save. Loading will lose unsaved progress. What do you mean? Here, I'm just gonna do that. No! I overridden my save! Shoot, I'll just have to skip now. That's so goofy. At least I didn't make it that far, so. Alright, so I went up to when the, oh yeah, right here. Right here is when I stopped the last stream. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Don't worry, it's not like I didn't I did overwrite my save, but, I didn't overwrite my save, but, I was just able to skip up to where I was last time, so it's alright. We're all good, okay? You can calm down, pal. You can turn off caps lock. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? I'd love to read a special poem. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how blank feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one, though, so I don't think I'll be doing it again, unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below. Yowza. What is this, Yuri? Yuri was the one who was, obsessed with knives? Jeez. Alright. So, before this stream, I was just watching a new anime. What was it called? Sunshine in the Mirror? My cat is being really silly right now. Shoot. Oh. Hey again, Richard. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else was already hanging out. Ew. Nah, y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw that, the way that Yuri's face just did that goofy thing. Could you put a link to the Discord in the chat? Yeah, I'll do that later. Thanks for keeping your promise, Richard. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Whoa! This game isn't gonna get me, man. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Manga? Natsuki and she didn't even say anything! Like, Monica just didn't even say anything. She had to be on screen. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Richard. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I wanted to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Is it the creepy eye symbol book again? I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book and thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book. Okay, y'all notice that Dutch angle, bro. Y'all notice that. No, dude. Look in the background. Sayori is literally hanging in the background. Let me. Hold on. Dude, y'all see that? Y'all see that? And like the room is slanted. And you hear the music too, don't you? Like that music is not friendly, bro. No, look! Like there's literally a picture of Sayori dead in the classroom. So yeah. Oh, never mind. That's not the music. That's my phone going off. Okay, let me fix this like screen here. Okay. Yeah, that is very weird. And like the room is at a Dutch angle. It's like all it's slanted and it's off-putting. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Okay, now that it's back to normal, but Sayori is still in the background. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Here, you guys want to see my cat? It's the same one from the DB Cooper video. Cat cam. Hey. Her name's Opal. She's about 1.5 years now. Almost gonna be 2 years in a couple of months. She's a little camera shy. Say hi. There you go. Alright. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. Does it have an eye symbol on it? More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. There goes the music. There's no more music now. And the Sayori poster is gone. And our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. No! Dude. You saw how Yuri's face was just, like, messed up. You guys saw that. You guys saw that, man. Not for any particular reason. I'm just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. This isn't the same book from last time. It has the same cover, but the last book... You guys remember, the last book was about, like, a girl who had to save her family on some kind of island or something like that? I don't fully remember, but it was about, like, a girl protagonist. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of... That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Richard? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then, suddenly... I'm rambling, alright? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets... No, what was that, bro? Exactly. When I feel like... But I feel like I shouldn't let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. What did she just say? You guys saw that. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? This game doesn't make me feel good. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over, and she's reading mine. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bothered. No! What was that? Somebody, chat. Replay that. Tell me what that said. Yeah. Hold on, I was just bathing in the feeling of your body heat. Yo. That's a little far out. That's a little out there. Okay. So she's bathing in the feeling of my body heat. I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. I'm not liking the absence of music. There's no music anymore. Once we each lean a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. We all remember this. This is... Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to the other side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and her eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, y'all see her... Oh, my parents are home. Yeah, you guys see her expression? Like her face? Like the way her face is looking right now? Bro, she's crazy. No, I didn't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Dude, I can't find my cursor. My cursor's invisible. Where's my cursor? Where'd my cursor go? Shoot. Okay. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I just got my mom got my mom got home, and I just had to take the trash out. All right, we're just gonna continue. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Ahaha. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can resist if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Richard? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. That's cool. I'm about to eat and watch you. Awesome. Man, if I got sentenced to eating with no YouTube, I don't know how I'd be able to eat. I make it and put it on my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? I guess Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I wanted her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Richard. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ahahaha. Don't worry, Richard. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Richard. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you need. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, doesn't it? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced around my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling, playing tricks on my ears? The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's not there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? I guess we'll go with Yuri last. Most times I just forget Natsuki is here. Richard, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put an effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first time you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets sleep, yada yada. People can try, that's about it. Same one from last time. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. It seems that Natsuki is the only normal person right now. Ooh! Because we know how Yuri is being all, like, crazy, and Monica is just, I don't know, she's just weird. But Natsuki is just the only normal girl in the group right now. Creepy poem? Yeah, that's right. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less violent. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care about how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, now Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Same one from last time. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Richard. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Richard. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a few more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really doesn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Richard did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. No. And Richard liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh! I didn't realize you were so investing in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Richard appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do look overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Richard started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking at your own insecurities and others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. No, what was that? No, what's going on? No, whoa. What's going on? As long as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking. You want to edgy? Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying, that proves my point. And acting cute? The only thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just excuse me of cutting myself? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Richard hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me, as if she just noticed I was standing here. Richard. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get... It's not... But I'm over... So... Dude, this is a little crazy. Natsuki or Yuri? Natsuki is being a little mean, so I guess I'll side with Yuri. Does he really think that's the wrong answer or something? Does it really want me to pick Natsuki? Oh, I guess it does. Here, let me keep trying. No! He's always listening. Yeah, should I have picked Natsuki? I don't know. I feel like since the game was pushing me to pick Natsuki, I feel good about choosing Yuri. Just maybe this is some kind of, you know, secret thing that's going on or something. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Aw, man, Natsuki. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Richard, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Richard. It would be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. But I really... Oh, no! She told you that she was listening. What do you mean she told me she's always listening? What do you mean she told me? Okay. Do we want to write a poem for Yuri? Like we've always done? Or do we want to, try to cheer up Natsuki? Because Natsuki is going to be very happy tomorrow. I'm going to go with the cute stuff. Clumsy. Kitty. Socks. Warm. Fun. Dream. Well, she knew about something that she was not there for. What do you mean she knew? Well, what did she know that she was not there for? J-Key, Jade, Locks, tell me that. Or don't spoil it. Actually, if it's a spoiler, then don't tell me. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entertaining the club room. Ugh. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Richard. Ah, hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk. And surprisingly, Monica isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've even though even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Richard, don't say those kind of things. Don't say the kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and... Sorry, what am I seeing right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monica? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken back by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So... Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? A little wild. But I'll accept your apology anyway, if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. Alright, checking chat. Gianni. Yeah, I know it's you, Gianni. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Haha. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not. Haha. What took you so long? What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So, I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Richard. Monica smiles sweetly. And then the other two just leave? Like, are they just gone? I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica is referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Richard, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. That'd be lovely. Ah, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. That's what Doki Doki is. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah. But I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath, then pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my writing time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. Oh no! The picture of Yuri hanging is still in the background, see? Guys, look right behind Yuri. Like there's just a picture of dead Sayori just in the club room. You guys see that? Pretty wild. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. See right where my cursor is, man. That is actually freaky. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, I might have the water pitcher. May I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decide to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. What is going on? What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri! Kyao! Crazy. Oh. I'm back. So that's why she's wearing long sleeves, huh? Thanks for waiting patiently. Richard, do you like oolong tea? Ah, yeah.
You can eat.
What?
I made hot dogs. Hot dogs next.
Alright. Anything's fine. Anything's fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Richard. It's very endearing. Yuri isn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Richard, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. Checking chat. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, that's good. So I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Now, what does she mean, guys? What can cause back pain like that? We need to theorize a little here. We need to put our game theory hat on right now. Alright. What, because that's an interesting detail to just throw in. And for her to hide something like that. A little interesting. Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yeah, you know, we all remember this chocolate part. When Monica interrupted. As if in sync, we assumed the same reading position at the same time as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I can't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume she won't around. Oh, I can't even read right. I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumbled with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Wait, last time when we were like reading together, remember it had like it had the drawing of, Yuri close to you and like you're reading, but now we're just standing. Like, I mean, like the visual part is like she's just standing even though we're sitting. Like normally if we were sitting down, then it would have an illustration for us sitting down, but it's just this. If I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. See, here it goes. Alright. So I was just being crazy. See, this is the illustration I was talking about. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. Nah, this is a Xander, bro. Her tatas? What do you mean by that? She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, as if the situation is completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Like last time. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Hopefully Monica doesn't interrupt this time. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Richard. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Richard. Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Richard. My heart. My heart won't stop pounding, Richard. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Richard? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Yowza. Sheesh. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Y'all see that? Nuh-uh. Alright. Now I'm glad Monica interrupted, man. I am actually glad. Unlike last time. Yeah, that was pretty wild. It's time to share poems. Who should I show my poem to first? She didn't say okay, everyone, which is a little, I'm gonna go with Natsuki first. She'd like my poem. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. That's good. Just make sure you find a little bit of influence from everyone. I think you're at least being influenced by Yuri a little bit, aren't you? I mean, I know you've been, spending some time with her or whatever. But, Monica and I are just as good as her. At poems, I mean. So you should really try to learn something, or you'll never get better. Here's the one I wrote. I'll make sure you learn something from it. Amy likes spiders. Yeah, we remember the Amy likes spiders poem. All her friends think she's weird, or whatever. Oh no. Yeah, Amy likes spiders, but, not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was too short. Sorry I didn't read it. That was my bad. I accidentally clicked off. But we already read that poem. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I can do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Such as two of the girls in this very club, whom I respectively won't name. Kind of ironic that even in my one place of comfort, I can't even have people respect me. Geez, now you're making me complain too much. What did I do? For what it's worth, I respect you. Well, I guess thanks. But it's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more, so... Whatever, you're done sharing, so you can leave now. Richard, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. Yeah, I remember the last time, like, she remember said she had like a collection of knives. Remember? She had a collection of knives, and so... But Monica knows that? I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault, though. But I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. Oh, my back. The colors, they won't. Bright. B-A-T Fasolars. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating with dims. Squealing, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage. Nineless poem of meaningless. No, it didn't let me read the rest. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yo, Monica's strings a little crazy. Yuri. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. The poem turned out good. It's well, there are some things that you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. That came out a little awkward. But let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding. This is a long poem. Grinding. Bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky. 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, tune controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devoted snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears in a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time, a bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions, breathing gearbox, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing whole human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. It's a little far out. Was she high when she wrote that? It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday. So I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way it writes. So I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. You have unlocked a special poem. I'd like to read it. A joke. A man walked into a club. In the club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love. The water heater is on right now. So that's why it's making noise. My bad. Sorry about that. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe started to collapse, but she killed herself just in time. Is this talking about Yuri? I mean, not Yuri, Sayori. This is talking about Sayori, isn't it? One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. That's right. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. That's correct. This contradiction caused the script to derail. Actually, remember last time, like last stream, it was something like an error has occurred. Like when she died, an error occurred. Something like that. The universe started to collapse, but she killed herself just in time. No. This is wild. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today. So if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Oh, I can't even read right. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. No, let me go on. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. I don't even feel like doing the voices. That's wild. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Richard joined, and we've started with some club activities. Let me check. We still only have 4 members. And the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members, anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members would just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The Literature Club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate. Oh, guys, I can't even read right. Like, this game is, it's like it's getting in my head. Like, I'm not reading properly. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Richard? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Richard to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Richard joined. As for me, I just like it better than I do at home. And Richard isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken back by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Richard want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue this situation... No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club... It's nothing more than it's nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Richard, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this, anyway? It's a little freaky how the way that, like, she's not on screen, but she's still talking. That's really far out. What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What? Me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking that away. Anything away. No, Richard. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Y'all saw that, right? I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Richard? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each guys, you guys see her eye. Like, see your eye like that. Y'all see that? Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri. Eh? I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know what I still think you're a wonderful vice president. and also a wonderful friend. Monica, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Richard? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Richard before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Richard, I just wanted to make sure that you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I kind of like I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you, know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird, because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you can understand. So that's why... Wait, not yet. No. What just happened? No, what was that? Alright, well, let's write our poem. Death. No! Marshmallow. Papa. Twirl. I'm really scared to pick the wrong one. See the like the number counting here? It's all messed up. It's going off the page. Smile. Silly. Friends. Bubbles. No! There's no way Sayori is still down there. What would Sayori like? Anime? Lucky? Childhood? Ah, see, like in the bottom left corner, you guys saw Sayori just like jumped up, like as if she was still one. Jump. Now these are starting to get weirder. Hi, Richard. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monica, I told you not to... Is she really late again? And considered as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me. Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You see, like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt, as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. So, Natsuki, nobody cares. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machine or something? No, did she actually say that? Aw, man. I'm the last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. Ahaha. You must have a lot of determination. Alright. Shoot. Like, did Yuri, like, actually mean to say that? Or this third party, right? Because remember, the secret poem talked about, like, a third party. Like, interfering with the programming. Goofy stuff like that. Zizanner, you still watching? You still watching, Zizanner? Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival, too. Anyway, Richard, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Ah, is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Richard is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes! Whoa. Thank you for understanding, Monica. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time any better, it's a cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. So, with the black outline text that Yuri said, maybe that was the same thing that she might have said the other day when she was like, I didn't mean it. And like, Natsuki ran out of the classroom. Remember, she was crying. And then we went back into the classroom and Yuri was all like, I didn't mean it. So I guess she doesn't mean whatever the black text is. Maybe. Yes, I'm still here watching. That's Monica doing it. I guess that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. She's the one who breaks the fourth wall the most. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches. Is this the same day repeated? Like, is this yesterday but the same? Also, why is there a chair in the closet? You guys see that chair in the closet there? I don't think that was there, like, originally. Or maybe it's just, well, why would there be a chair in the closet? Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. This really reminds me of the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, how it's like a time loop, and you just have to keep, like, watching it over and over again, the same thing. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, The way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. Ah, I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. So, maybe this is just a repeat of the same day? Like, it isn't actually tomorrow. It's just yesterday twice? Because nothing changed since yesterday. Or did it? Because, like, Yuri was the one to greet me first. Or something. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Ah. Did Yuri leave you again? Yeah, this is exactly what Monica said. No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yada yada. I go to the hallway. She might be at the water fountain. No, I don't want to see this again. What's that noise? I don't want to see this again, but I have to. Oof. Oh! Let me save real quick. I'm just making sure that I save. Whoa. Wait. How did I... Sorry, I just had a really weird deja vu. This hasn't happened before or anything, right? My head has been a little fuzzy lately. I hope it hasn't really been showing or anything. Yeah, so that proves it. Like, this is just yesterday repeated. I would hate for you to think I'm weird just after we started spending time together. I mean, everyone has a few unusual things about them. But expressing those things so soon after meeting someone is usually seen as inappropriate or unlikable. But at least that's what I've discovered. When I was a bit younger, I think I would come on really strongly and get a little too intense. It made people not want to be around me. So I started hating those things about myself. My obsession with certain hobbies, like knives, which I can respect, alright? Knives is actually a really cool hobby. And the way I can't control myself when I get too excited about something. So, I eventually stopped trying to talk to people. If nobody could ever like me for the things that matter most to me, then it's just easier if I close myself off. But recently, something's been wrong. I don't know what it is, but every time we come to the club, my heart starts to go crazy. Like it's going to rip out of my chest. It overwhelms me with energy and emotions that I can't let out. It's been making me do weird things. I don't know why it's happening. Richard, is it just me or has Monica been acting a little off lately? She's always been a sweetheart ever since I joined the club. But recently I've been feeling somewhat sharp. Whenever she's around. I'm not crazy, right? Please tell me I'm not. I couldn't say anything before, but she's always listening. That's right. But finally, we're alone. Can we just stay here for a while? Yeah. Bro, what is happening? I just want to stay here. Just the two of us. We can stay here until the club ends. And then we'll have the club room all to ourselves. Nobody to interfere with our reading time. Nobody to make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. That was a joke. Just a joke. I do like knives, though. strange, but you wouldn't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be. I have no idea. Why don't you come to my house sometime? I can show you my collection. I've gotten them all from various artisans. I make sure to give them all their fair share of use. Monica! I don't want them to get lonely or anything. Nobody deserves to be lonely. Nobody. And that's why I'm so happy you joined the literature club, Richard. Now I don't need to be lonely anymore. Because we have each other. Every day. That's all we need. You know what? Let's quit the literature club. There's no need for us to be around Monica's slimy tongue anymore. Not to mention that other pathetic child. We can walk home together every day after school. And read together. Eat together. Sleep together. Doesn't that sound perfect? It's everything we could ever want. Isn't that why you joined the club in the first place? It's almost like it was fate. Fate that we would meet each other. And now get the happy ending I've patiently waited years for. Will you do that with me, Richard? Will... That's far out. Blood is caveman. Shoot, like that's crazy. Alright, who should I show my poem to first? Natsuki? Natsuki isn't even in the room. Oh, I guess she is? She ran off earlier. This one's alright. Alright. Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way, you're doing great. You're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri, I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in. So you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me. So read it carefully, okay? I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. This isn't a poem. This is not a poem. This is just a message. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may... This is a message, not a poem. So you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri. And it really hurts me to see this happening, but I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that. But right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now. And that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Richard? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Looks like Monica's getting angry. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Is there like a secret button somewhere or something? I'm just curious. All right. Dude. Now that's trippy. That's real trippy. Guess I'll show it to Monica. Don't say I didn't warn you, Richard. No, what happened? Don't say I didn't warn you. Dude, Yuri. Finally. Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. Richard, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me, Richard. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm going to take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. No. Do you like it? I wrote it for you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem was about Minecraft homepage text. More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent. See, aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? I think I'm going to vomit. No. Okay. This one could actually affect, like, the outcome of the game. I want to look up real quick. I'm actually going to look up. What do I answer this with? Alright, it just says that it doesn't, so I'm just gonna go with no. I can't convince myself to go to therapy when I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'd rather keep this up until I blow my cover and someone takes me to the emergency room. So this is Yuri. I can't convince myself to go to therapy when I'm the happiest. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, you can make cupcakes. I know you're at least good at that. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want, as long as you think it'll help. Monica. I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I'm not even switching between the voices. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. And that gives us all something to do. Eh? What about Richard? Richard is going to help me. Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monica. Sorry, but that's just how it is. That's just the way it feels. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would know. All you care about is dragging Richard around like you and your stupid books. With you and your stupid books. You and Monica. Hey. I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let Richard decide who to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Richard make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. Richard, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. We can just... Natsuki, shut your mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. Jesus. This is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Well, let me hear your thoughts, chat. Let me hear your thoughts. What do you think? Who should I pick? Who should I pick? Tell me. Who should I pick? Who should I pick? Who should I pick? Tell me. Pretty far out. So if I pick Natsuki, then I help her bake cupcakes. I pick Yuri. I help her make decorations like last time. What does Monica do? What is she doing? Printing pamphlets. Okay, so I think I should probably go off of... The stream's lagging a bit. Yuri? You think I should choose Yuri? Yeah, that's pretty valid. If I choose Yuri... Oh, but she says that, like, when I'm around her, like, her heart pounds and she wants to cut her throat and whatever, so I don't want that to happen. But based on what Natsuki said, like, in her message to me... What Natsuki said in her message was, like... help Yuri. Like, make sure that she gets help, you know, like, therapy or something. I don't want to spend time with Monica. She's creepy. The game isn't even... I can't even save. Like, if I want to choose something else. Natsuki, Yuri, or Monica. We already chose Yuri last time, so I guess we can take her off. So I'll choose... Oh, my... It's making my cursor go to Monica. Oh, I'm gonna try to pick Natsuki. Dude. Not that enchanted table, my language. Yay, you picked me. We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose.
But is it really what I chose?
No, it's not fair. Giving us all this work and then taking Richard for yourself? What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I don't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable. Ah. Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Richard away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, just let it go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with them. Is that so much to ask? Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki to the door. Hey, Richard. Yuri is really something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door. Finally. Finally. This is really all I wanted. Richard, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Ah, wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? But if it feels so good, then why does it feel more and more like something too horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Richard.
I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me, is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica is listening. Please, Richard, you know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touch myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside you. I want you all to myself, and I'll be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, Richard. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? Oh. Ah. Monica's a bit crazy, bro. I mean... what's the outcome if I say yes? What's the outcome if I say no? Ugh. If I say yes, then she'll get what she wants. But what she wants isn't good for her. Like, she's... So if I say no, then she doesn't get what she wants, which also would make her very upset. I feel like saying no. I really feel like saying no, but... I feel like saying no, but if I say no, then maybe something bad is really gonna happen. If I say yes, maybe something really bad is gonna happen. I'm gonna say yes. Ah, 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 ah. No. My buzz. Bruv.
Dude. Is there like a way to actually decode what she's saying? Or is this just... Is she really still talking? Like... Like... Oh... Okay, and then... Dude... So I'm just sitting here for hours. Oh, look at her eyes. Her eyes are fading. Like her eyes are like losing color. Oh. And then the blood just dries, it gets darker. Alright, it's festival time. Well, you got here before me? I thought... Ah! Natsuki runs away. I'm here. Richard, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Oh. No reaction? Ah! There's no way. Well, that's a shame. Wait, were you here the entire weekend, Richard? Oh, jeez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Is she rewriting the code? Monica lifts the foil from Bubba's tray and takes a cupcake. Is that not... Cause she deleted Natsuki. Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one, since it's the last time I'll ever get the chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. Can you hear me? Is it working? Whoa. Hi again, Richard. Nah, what's going on? Are we in the sun? Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year and, you know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game
Whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Richard. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? Man. If only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a pretty far out note to end today's stream. Maybe we're getting towards the end. Probably. So I'm gonna see you guys in the next part. Thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. And well,